Hello everybody, Blue Dooley, and we have the Grand Hauler out with the Hobbywing Fusion brushless motor setup in it now. And the gearbox and the servo for the steering are louder than the motor. I know I got a light out. This is in first gear right now, low gear. This thing is just so smooth. I upgraded from some standard Futaba servos, so the steering is now on a hex fly, 25 kilogram steering servo. The standard Futaba wouldn't actually steer the super wides on carpet. The steering servo and the shift servo need to be scooted forward about a millimeter, or the gearbox and motor need to be scooted back about a millimeter, and everything will fit underneath the hood of the Grand Hauler or the King Hauler, since they're the same body, really nicely. I'm really happy with how smooth this thing is. I don't really have a way to test the power, as I don't have a trailer for it yet. But definitely super smooth. We'll kick her up into third. Still scoots pretty good in third. But also just so smooth as well. That's still in third. Had a little bit of a wiring snafu, so that's why there's one LED out in the taillights. And it's missing a mud flap because Trex laid up against it and broke the mud flap off. But the King of the Road tires from RC 4-wheel drive and that super wide just look so much better on the truck than the stock Tamiya rubber. The buzzin's the servo. There we go. Yeah, just smooth. And you can just creep. This is second gear still. Just barely giving it any reverse. It's designed for a crawler. And for scale speed in a semi, the 1800 kV might still be a little fast. But just so smooth. And so quiet. Blows me away with how quiet that setup is. And of course, being brushless, it's still got a lot of punch. I turned the Fusion is like the 1080 Quickrun brushed ESC. You can tune all kinds of options on it. You can change how much drag brake it gets, how aggressive the drag brake is. You can set up your LiPo cutoff. Again, I think the Fusion, I got mine on Amazon. I think it's 150 bucks. So, really happy with the setup. Kick her back in third here. We can get the truck going in a straight line. I mean, still plenty to get up and go. And still, just so smooth. Third gear, creep along. Can't hear nothing but the shift servo buzzing. And all the birds chirping, the traffic in the background. So let's get the truck a little closer here. Plans for this are, of course, to fix the mud flap. I got another set of the RC 4-wheel drive King of the Road tires coming, as I'm short a pair. But the next step on this truck will be fitting the lift axle in there. I already have the axle, the metal part of the axle. I'm going to 3D print an axle to connect both sides. But yeah, this will sit in here. Looks really good. I'm probably going to print up a fender for the truck for these tires too. They will of course be painted black. Then the servo, I need some micro servos. I think I'm just going to hide a micro servo underneath the sleeper just to pull this up off the ground, and then it'll just sit under its own weight on the ground. I'm not going to try to make it load bearing or anything that fancy. I had thought about trying to make it steerable, but again, that might just be a little fancier than what I'm planning for the truck. Still kind of dusty. Really need to give this thing a bath. But that's where the Grand Hauler's at. If you're looking for a little bit different motor of a setup, the Quickrun Fusion is going to be a pretty good choice for these trucks. I'm running the 1800 kilovolt in mine. I wanted to give the snowplow a little more top end and jam. So they also make a 1200 kilovolt that I think will be the right speed for these trucks. The dog's whining because I'm out here filming. But being a 2-in-1 system, it frees up the space. You don't have the ESC taking up space, so I think it'll be a good choice if you're running day cab setup or a smaller cab over setup. You don't have to try to find a place to hide the electronic speed control anywhere. So we'll get a little more driving footage before it gets too dark in here. And here comes Trex. Now to film with a stick radio in one hand and the camera in the other. We'll kick it into third or high. Still brake traction, even in third.